Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us on Vacation Station TV, your virtual getaway. I'm on the rough side of the road. They're redoing the roads here again. Hi Dana, how are you? Thank you for joining us. You're the first one in the room. I haven't done this in a while, have I? I know. Been busy. But as you can see, it's a weekend, and it is a holiday weekend. John Esper saying hello. Appreciate all that. Philip, hello. Good to see you. Cindy Lou, how are you, girl? Webb's Web, hello, Mr. Ralph. Tim Ohm, hello, Jeff and Miss Marie. We have some friends that arrived yesterday. That's very cool. There's a lot of people in town. I have no idea how long the signal's going to last because it took quite a while to even get one. So I don't know. I don't even know if it's coming through clear or not. I have a funny feeling it's not. That's what I think. Susie Q, how are you? Miss, I appreciate that. Ohio Nana, how are you, girl? Good to see you. William Jones, hello. Thanks for being in the room. I haven't done it in a while. Very busy, and I haven't been feeling real well. I still, I'm still battling with something. But that's the way it goes, you know. The town is full, some beautiful clouds. Absolutely stunning. Makes the mountains look so nice, doesn't it? It really does. Take my glasses off so I can read. Jeremiah, good. Hello, Jeff. Just got off of work. How are you? I'm alive, and that's a good thing. My voice is almost back, but I'm still dealing with some issues. You can hear it. Sorry about that. Life with Mountain Folk. How are you? Formerly Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. The mountains look so pretty. They really do. David Fontaine. I was supposed to call you. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, Dave. Just reminded me. I apologize. It's been crazy. I guess a good crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy. And lots of people coming in. And I think it's going to be a good weekend. From the indicator right now, what I'm seeing with the amount of people, I think it's going to be really, really crowded here this weekend. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Joe 39564. We are going to be up there in the week of the 6th after the busy weekend. That's a smart thing to do. Now, if you want to get around and you don't want to deal with this, go to Vacation Station TV, go to shortcuts, and in there you will find the shortcuts that you need to get around. Okay? And I promise you will save a lot of time and aggravation. It's only going to get more crowded. As I know you can't see behind me, but it is a zoo. I was already in Sevierville, and it's just a zoo. Blue butterfly, it's clear. Thank you. The sky looks like ours in Spring Hill. Pretty cool for Memorial Weekend. Yep. John Esper says clear at the moment. We saw your live feed, so you Miss Maria doing well. How's Joe? Joe's doing fine. He's under the weather too. Yeah, I know. So say hello to each other, of course. That's what you're supposed to do. Suzuki, I haven't forgotten about my CV. I'm still sending it to you. Okay. You send it to me. Miss Marie, yeah, I've been busy. But I wanted to show you the craziness. All right, and I'm sure the signal's going to pop off because right around here it usually pops off. And I'll keep my eye on the screen. There's nothing I can do about it. And it really is nothing I can do about it. I've had some people comment, why don't you get better equipment? It's nothing to do with my equipment. It's to do with the equipment here in town. It really doesn't have anything to do with my equipment. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Hopefully you're going to do the barbecue thing. Wait till you go out and try to see what the prices of meat are. Holy mackerel. I went to Kroger last night and I had to get bread for Miss Marie. It was $5 a loaf for just regular bread. $5. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. Some of you did, and I hope you're happy. I don't want to hear you complain. You know, it's funny because I do hear a lot of people complain, and I know for a fact they voted that way. So you get what you get. It isn't even over yet. Not even close to over. Gas is pretty close to $5 a gallon. At least for me, I'm using mid-grade, and I was scared when I looked at the high grade, the high test, because normally I use high test. It's just way too expensive. It's way over $5. So mid-grade is very close to $5, $4.89. As far as I'm concerned, that's $5 a gallon. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. I'm trying, doing my damnedest. I restarted the phone. I made sure all the settings were set, But normally when I come down here, it gets all weird and stupid. Stupid. I did just go to Wiggle Wiggles and get a cup of coffee because my throat was getting a little weird. Construction going on here. They're definitely, excuse me, repaving the roads. I don't know if they're going to come down this far to repave yet, or maybe they'll wait till after the weekend, the holiday traffic. That could very well be. But they got a lot done in just a couple, 3-4 days. They really did. John says gas is $4.49 a gallon here in Ohio. And I'm assuming that's regular, the low test, right? Coffee tastes good on my throat. Did a bunch of shopping. I had to do a bunch of shopping. I had to pick up some prescriptions. Oh God, I went and I paid my post office box. It went up another $33 in less than 6 months. Imagine that. And I'm paying almost $100 for a tiny little box that I have to argue with them all the time why I can't pull stuff out. They stuff stuff into it, but it won't come out the hole in the front because the hole in the back is bigger than the one in the front. So if you don't get there, and they will not, I don't understand. I'm paying all this money, they won't even put it in a locker. Always used to get my stuff, any of my packages and things I buy in a locker. Now they're too lazy to do it, but they have no problem charging me more money for the post office box, which the benefits are that you get your packages in a locker. That doesn't happen anymore. Hi, Carla Vision. How are you, girl? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm assuming this place is going to be completely inundated by later on today, early tonight. Dana says he got it for $3.99, man. And that sounds good too. And I understand, man, I get it for $3.99, but like less than 15 months ago was $1.89. So you tell me, would you rather have $3.99 or $1.89? Once again, I didn't vote for him. Gary the Cable Guy, how are you? Good afternoon, Jim. Everyone have a safe Memorial Weekend. Yes, and thank the people, of course, that have served our country, those that are no longer with us and those that are with us. You got to remember, there's a heck of a lot of people that have passed on who were in the armed services, and they deserve our utmost respect and our respect to their families for allowing that to happen. Alive or not alive, thank them. Although in 3 years from now, you may not be able to do that anymore. The way things are going, we may be goose stepping down Parkway here, all wearing gray. Right? Hey, if the wackos have their way, it's exactly what they're going to do. How many of you read the story about the shooting in Texas? 19 children dead. Imagine that. 19 children, little munchkins, and a teacher. And of course, the wackos come out against the Second Amendment, right? The wackos. We need stronger. We need more. We need universal background checks. If I'm not mistaken, the murderer didn't have a criminal record. And if they would have done a background check on him, there wouldn't have been any issue at all. So I don't. It's just a gun grab opportunity for the wackos. That's what they're trying to do. No, I don't believe in universal background checks, and the reason is, of course, you can look at it this several different ways. One, you could say, well, we know then if a criminal's trying to get a gun, okay, yeah, that's cool. But why would a murdering felon or something like that go and even take the chance to get a background check? They know they're going to be turned down, right? So what do? They turn to the black market. And there's plenty of that out there. Plenty of that. You can buy guns anywhere you want. You go to gun shows and you don't have to buy from the dealers. You buy from the private collectors, they call that. You go to and they have signs say private collector. That means they're not going to ask for anything, but they're supposed to ask for a Tennessee driver's license. But I'm sure that they don't, if they don't have to, why would they? They're not really obligated. But my feeling is, and I'll go back in time in history, when they registered guns in Germany and Japan, China, and a whole bunch of other places, they then had a list of people that had guns. So then when it was time to come and grab the guns, they had the list. They didn't have to really do much but go down the list alphabetically and go banging on your doors and demand all your guns. And that paper you signed allows them to enter your house looking for guns. So you may have one or two guns that aren't registered, but they're going to take them too. And then you're unarmed. And they know who you are. And then you're unarmed. And they know who you are. If you can't shoot rabbits, you can't shoot fascists. So if they have your guns, you can't do either or. Right? So all that bureaucracy of you have to do. Anybody would have a brain could go down any of these streets, especially like in Knoxville, place like that in Memphis, and you could say, I need to buy a gun. And they'll point you in the direction, and you'll be able to get one. And then you can do your dirty deeds. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it's easy. Miss Maria's doing fine, Blue. She's doing fine. She's doing real good. I want to just sit for a minute without getting into it, which is tough because there's a lot of out-of-towners here. A lot of out-of-towners. Having trouble speaking because I can't hear. I cannot hear out of my left ear. It's completely clogged. Completely. And I'm taking antibiotics for all that. Hopefully the picture's coming in good. The bumpy bumps. You got to deal with these speed bumps. Got to deal with the speed bumps. Just trying to find a spot. And that's a serious speed bump. You don't want to go over that fast with your car, or you're going to definitely create some damage. No doubt about it. about a doubt it. Let me see if I can park right here. Turn it this way. You can see the best place to do miniature golf in the Smoky Mountains is Fantasy Golf. Right there, Fantasy Golf. Highly recommend if you're coming into here. 2 18-hole golf courses. They have an easy golf course and a not easy golf course, but none of them are hard. But if you like a challenge, you go to the not easy golf course, and I promise you'll be challenged. There, I think I got a good spot right here. Cock it a little bit so you can see all the cool stuff. There. Fantasy Golf right on Parkway. Highly recommend it. Trying to catch up now. Tomorrow I'm sitting with ice packs on my rebuilt shoulder. Oh, I hope you feel better. I'm sure that's painful too. Ooh, sorry about that. Just relax and enjoy the weekend. John says sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. I do too, because I don't like not being able to hear and not be able to speak real well. You know, that's pretty much my thing. But it is the deal I've been dealt, so I'm taking the right things for it. Ooh, Dana says smoke rack of ribs on Monday. That sounds really tasty too. Miss Marie's supposed to be making a really nice dish over the weekend, so I can't wait. She's been cooking a lot lately, and I appreciate that, because I don't have the energy to cook necessarily. You know, I like to cook, but I just haven't had the energy. John S. for Pigeon Forge, just a dead zone. Yeah, it really is a dead zone. I'm surprised the signal's still on. Really surprised. Carla Vision tagged you in one of my videos. Thank you, Carla. If you get a chance, go to Carla Vision, check out her videos. Go to everybody's channel and check them out. I know I've got to do some stuff for Jared Tracy, Pasadena Paranormal. I haven't sat at the computer in weeks now. I just don't feel well enough to do that. Vinny, how are you? Good to see you. No, it doesn't. You're right, John. It doesn't look like the high gas prices have slowed anybody down. And I think that's because people have planned these vacations for so long. And I don't think they're going to let an extra, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever their machine eats, to ruin their vacation. And I understand that, because you work hard and you want to be able to go away with your family and enjoy some time off. There's nothing wrong with that. It just costs you more. You may have to not go and have eggs and pancakes for 75 bucks in one of these places. You may actually have to go to Waffle House. I get a waffle, pecan waffle, 2 eggs, bacon and toast for 10 bucks. And it's cooked perfect every single time. Now, why would I go anywhere else? Because I'm not a tourist. And I'm not going to be taken advantage of. And I just look at it as you're being taken advantage of. You can disagree with me all you want. That's okay. I'm always up for a debate. How many in the room? 52. Thank you. I appreciate you all being there. Look at that. Carla Vision has 328 subscribers. Carl, girl, I remember when you didn't have anybody. I think you had like 9 or 10. It could have been that or even less. But we've been helping, and we want to see you succeed as much as everybody else. It's important that you all succeed and do your thing. You know? You don't have to be an expert at this stuff. It's not required. Just do your best. Always do your best. Back up just a little bit. I don't want this guy to hit me. Yeah, he can get out now. Okay, cool. People going into fantasy golf and fun stop and having a good time. Highly recommend it. Don't forget the Goat Coaster. Make sure you go to the Goat Coaster. $10 a ride. That's right. $10 a ride. You go anywhere else around here, you're gonna pay $20. And why would you pay $20? I don't know. Because you probably want to put that extra $10 in your gas tank. Right? Go to Goat Coaster. I'm telling you, they have so many t-shirts now. I cannot believe how many cool t-shirts they have. They still have Rod Run 2022 t-shirts there, by the way. They're probably the only ones in this area that have them now. Check them out. Go Coaster on 321, just outside of downtown Pigeon Forge. Can't miss it. Or you can go to Goats on the Roof, right on Parkway, in Pigeon Forge. Both of them, they're owned by the same guy. Ross is a great guy. I love him dearly. Love you, mean it. DJI, how are you? Keep going up. Dry Creek Home Collections, hey. Brenda Gregg, I hope you and Miss Marie and everyone in chat has a great memorial. Yeah, I hope so too. Trying to catch up a little bit. Blue Butterflies didn't vote for me either. Gas Buddy said everybody, every place is going to be paying $5.99 by August. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that. Vinny says they're really dragging the police in this mess. Yeah, that I can't blame the police officers because they were told to stand down. And they're doing what they're told to do, otherwise I guess they'd be reprimanded or they would be fired. But the idiot that was on the news today, I mean, he clearly said that he told them not to go in. They were armed and I forget how many. The number just stuck in my head, 19 again, not for the poor people that died, but I believe there were 19 officers locked and loaded, ready to go in with all their gear and all that stuff they wear, and he told them to stand down. They were bringing more people in. Now, what were they going to wait for? The National Guard? You know? Maybe they need a USO to come out there and do some entertaining. I think the guy's an idiot. I really believe he's going to, this is just my opinion, he's going to be a scapegoat. They're going to throw him completely on the fire, under the bus, whatever you want to call it, because he made a dumb move. They had the opportunity, because I don't know if you kept up with the story, but there were 10 children, from what I understand, that were still alive while this guy was in there, and they were standing out there being told to stand down. So potentially 10 children could have been saved. But this idiot decided not to. So to me, that's on his heart. He's got to go to sleep with that, if he has a conscience is all. Maybe he's just an idiot and he doesn't know what he's doing. But there will be hell to pay for that. I'm sure, I'm just taking a guess, they're going to fire him. They're going to let him go because he clearly made a bad decision which concerned children and the lives of those children. And I'm sure the parents will never forgive them for it. And speaking of that, the mother of the shooter was on the news. And of course, she can't speak English. Neither could the other guy, Pancho Villa, there that was shooting him up. And she was saying, forgive my son. He had some issues or he had stuff on his mind. What the hell did he have on his mind? What the hell would prompt anyone to shoot children? Well, I don't understand it. And, I'm glad he's dead, but it probably would have been better off to see him go to court and fry. I mean, really fry. People leaving now. I'll catch up with you guys. Cindy Lou P.O. boxes. They can't even get our mail. No, my mail's screwed up all the time. I find other people's mail in my mail. It just goes to show you the incompetency of the United States Post Office. It is a joke. And, I wish someone else would come along and do the job right and just fire all these people. Get rid of them. They're useless in my mind. Susie Q got to run. All right, be right back. Tim Ohm. Let me reference that. Um, and I know you have all the best wishes for us and stuff like that. But as far as where we're moving, what we're moving into, Miss Marie and I, our location, wherever it's going to be, that's not up for discussion anymore. Okay? I'm not trying to be rude or hurtful, but it is very important, especially to Miss Marie, that our privacy is not compromised anymore. And it has been lately. And I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. So please don't take personal issue with that. But I'm not discussing where we're moving, what we're moving into, anything like that. So refrain from asking those questions. I know you're concerned and happy for us and stuff, but they will not be discussed any longer. Any type of personal issues, I'm not going to discuss anymore. I'm tired of being tracked, and it's happened over a dozen times already. Like creepy trackers, and it's just, I'm not going to tolerate it. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to track Miss Marie and I, what you're up to, what weird, creepy things are going through your mind, but it's going to happen to us, okay? So one thing for sure is wherever we're going, that won't ever be able to happen again. I guarantee it. So I'll leave it at that, all right? But thank you for all the well wishes and stuff like that. Jules, how are you, Jules? Still clear, John? Thank you. Larry Harvey. Yes, I'm still sick, Larry. It comes and it goes. You can hear it in my voice. Hey, baby. It's a nice bedroom voice, huh? Hey, baby. What are you wearing tonight? Have you been thinking about me? But I can't hear out of my left ear at all. And I got medicines for all that. I don't know. And I'm fiercely always washing my hands and not touching things. Somehow I got it. I don't know. Love you, Nina. Donna Grimes, how are you? How are you, Donna? You're from Tennessee, a beautiful state. Oh, two cutest little dogs are going to be walking in front of the camera. Look how cute. Look, 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 look. Blah, 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 blah. They're adorable. Waffle House. Yeah, we go to Waffle House a lot. I mean, I refuse. I I don't know how you guys can get duped into this. We go to these places and you wait online for half hour, 45 minutes to get pancakes and eggs or whatever crap they're selling you. It's overpriced. It's always overpriced, and it's average at best because you got 200 people sitting in the dining room, 200 behind you. How good do you think they're really making that stuff? Come on, use your heads. You know, I'm not dissing the restaurants here, but I'm very frugal, and I know when I'm being taken advantage of, and I'm not going to be taken advantage of by going to the tourist stops. I live here. I'm not a tourist. That's up to you. You want to come here, and your kids, you know, they want to go here and they want to go there. Great, go there. Go to those places. Like, go to these places here. Fantasy golf. You're always going to find the same price. They don't jack it up, you know. These places here are pretty consistent. But these restaurants, I don't know. You don't get what you pay for. Sorry. I know there's people out there that do all that, and that's great. And it's great you got a lot of money to throw away, but money's money. Must be nice just to be able to throw away hundreds of dollars for a meal. Sounds stupid to me. But it's just me. I'm just entitled. How are you? Vinny says the mother went on to Saturday and we had a reason for doing. He had a reason. That's right, I heard. That's right. Thank you. He had a reason for doing what he did. What reason could you possibly? I can't think of anything. What would ever possess you to go into a school of children and kill them all? You had a reason? No, there isn't a reason you could ever think of that would make me believe you had the right. But then again, now I don't know, Vinny, I don't know their background. Maybe you can help correct me on this. She didn't speak a word English. I'm assuming that either A, they were illegally here, or they came over here from wherever they came from, and they don't have the same cultural, moral compass that we do. You must remember, here in America, we have a reverence for life. We believe on not going around shooting. Well, that is if you don't live in Chicago and Memphis and stuff like that. You don't just go around shooting people because you're angry at them, although times are getting bad. But other countries are just the wild, wild west. If you look at somebody wrong, you get a bullet in the head. And I believe that's what's happening is the mentality of the kill or be killed people are coming here, and they're just inflicting us with their crazy ideas of what life is all about. And you can thank the idiot in charge right now for the open borders. Over 2 million illegals are in your country right now, and they're walking these streets now. I can tell you that right now. I see them in the stores all the time. I'm not saying they're all bad, but there's always one or two or three or four. There's always people in there that have no reverence for life. They just assume to kill. That's just the way they are. They're animals. They're mongrels. They're rabid animals. I'm sure I'm making friends now. Natalie says evil does not need a reason. No, that's right. It doesn't need a reason. Evil is evil. Hi, Emily. Emily Steimer. How are you? You're new to me. You sound like, hey, baby, I'm your walrus of love. Doug Holland. Is it? Yeah, it's crowded. It's definitely getting crowded. I'm sure it's going to be clearing up tonight. And there's still a chance of an isolated sprinkle or two. But it's been raining for days. And I've about had it with the rain for a while. I love rain. Rain is good. But too much is not good. Just like too much sunshine is not good. Too much snow is not good. Too many Twinkies are not good. You know. PB on the go. How are ya? I was thinking the other night when I moved, I was cleaning. I was dusting. I'm so domesticated. I was dusting, and I moved my VR, and I'm going, oh man, I miss playing this. And I just didn't feel, you got to be in the mood, PB. You got to be in the mood to kill zombies, you know. They should come out with a VR. Oh, God. The hate mail is going to come in now. They should come out with a VR game that is takes place at the border. Oh God, would that be a lot of fun? Instead of no, I'll try not to go there, but I think it'd be a fun game. You know, crossing the Rio Grande, crossing the Rio, and you could imagine all the fun things that could be done in that game. I am. Hello to everybody from PB. Jen Wetley, how are you? What's going on? Oh, Krispy Kreme. Both of them are shut down, Jen. Your guess is as good as mine. I read the stories. They don't say whether they're going to open again or not, but they're both closed down. Now, it can't be for a lack of business, because the one here, especially in Pigeon Forge, every morning has a line going down the street. So it's not for lack of people wanting it. I don't know what the issue is. If anybody knows, that'd be great if you told me. But the Krispy Kremes in Sevierville and here are closed indefinitely. That's all the story said, indefinitely. Joyce Marie just came in and heard the hey baby. Hey baby, you're missing me tonight. I do that to Miss Marie all the time. Hey baby, what are you wearing? And she laughs at me. That cute smile she has. And usually she's wearing like 15 shirts and a jacket. You're looking sexy tonight, baby. If I could just see you underneath all those Parker jackets and the sweatpants. I love her so much. Natalie Warner left. Oh, yeah. Carla Vision saying hello, hello, hello. I don't know, Patricia. It was a story. They gave no information other than the Krispy Kremes. 2 of them in town are shut down indefinitely. And that it was a short story. I go, wow. I mean, that's a moneymaker. I don't know why it's shut down. That was, that threw me for a loop too. I'm not. I don't really like Krispy Kreme. I'm not a donut kind of guy, but I know they're popular, especially when they're hot. They're popular. But now I guess you're not going to get your Krispy Kremes anymore. Very. Stacy Fowler, how are you? Pigeon Forge is a tourist trap to get your money. Yeah, of course it is. Yes, yes, yes. It is a tourist trap. There are great places here. There are fun places to go to. You get your bang for your buck, and you enjoy your day with your kids if you have any, or just you or your significant other. But the restaurants, to me, they they really take advantage. Now, I've traveled a lot. I spent a lot of time, like in New York City, the restaurants there. Those are restaurants. And I'm talking 4 and 5 star restaurants where you pay a good dollar, but man, you're going to get the food that you expect. Here, this is not at all New York food. They may claim it is. It is not even close. All right? It's fast food done with some style. Auntie Sue, hello, Jeff, and everyone in chat. Jen, I don't know why they closed down. See, nobody seems to know. Vinny says, no, they spoke English and are citizens. No, the mother did not. The mother needed a translator. I remember that. He was living with his grandparents. Oh, that's right. And I forgot to tell you, he shot his grandmother in the face. The guy shot his grandmother in the face and then walked over to the school and proceeded to do his thing. Now, the thing I didn't like about the school, obviously it wasn't protected, even though they had a, quotes in the air, security guard out front. The back doors and the side doors were wide open. They were propped open. One lady who was arrested because they had a line of parents racing there to check on their children were arguing with the police. They want to go get their children, want to get their children. Now, I know you can't go into a hostage situation or a situation where there's guns and expect to be able to extract your children safely. So what happened was the mother, who was in the police car, talked the cop into uncuffing her and letting her go. She ran around the side of the school and found a door propped open and got her, I believe, 2 children out of the school. Why even have a security guard if you're propping doors open? That's a false sense of security, because I don't know, Vinny, did the guy go in through the front door? I think he went in through a back door. Correct me if I'm wrong. But why have a why even pay a secure? Just open the doors. Just let people walk on in. I don't know. Walrus of love. Wolfman Jack. Hey, Daddy. You're sick of the rain too, aren't you, PB? Yeah. He's saying, PB saying my VR is sitting on the kitchen shelf, although I did play paintball the other night. Lucky you got to play anything. They got a bunch of new games coming out too. And they had some I haven't even done the updates. They have 39 and 40. I haven't even done those yet. Crazy weather pattern from Gary the Cable Guy. Yeah, it really is. Need a video game of the White House. That's a good one too. Yes. They should call it impeach. And you get to impeach over and over and over and over and over and over. Jen Wetley says, I called the motel around there and asked about Krispy Kremes. They said it was short-staffed and have nobody to work it. I guess I'll believe that. Nobody wants to work here. Everybody's still hiring. It's been a year after all the nonsense. Nobody wants to work. Jen, where are these people getting money to survive? Now, I was just in Walmart. I had to pick up some stuff from Miss Marie, and I had to go to CVS and stuff. But I got some stuff from Miss Marie, and I'm in the self-checkout line, because I don't go to the register ones because they're usually too crowded, too long. And in front of me was a family, not from here, clearly. I'm not saying they did not speak English, none of them. And they had 2 carts filled, overflowing. They were even had stuff on underneath, filled. 5 kids, parent, 2 parents. Not a word of English. They had to have the Walmart lady come over, translate for them. And I'm watching, and what did they come out of their wallet? Wasn't cash. No, wasn't pesos, wasn't that. It was the American flag EBT card. Everybody was in perfect health. And I'll guess, I'm just going to guess, that there was $400 or more worth of food, maybe more. The carts were filled, 2 of them, with everything you could imagine. And stuff that shouldn't even be allowed. Ice cream, soda, cookies. That shouldn't even be allowed. But there it was. They swiped that card. The lady translated. They took their receipt, and out the door they went. You and I paid for that transaction. You and I paid for that transaction. And that's a crime. Because clearly the adults were in perfect health, could be working, but they're not. They're using my money and your money to feed their children, and most likely they're living in a good place. And they don't gotta work. They don't have to work. Sick. Just sick. I don't want to hear anybody's BS. All right? Most everybody's coming over here to get a free check. Most everybody. Out of there are some good ones. I happen to know several of them who are working really hard and doing, I won't say what they're doing. They're good people. And they bring their families with them, and they do a job, and they do it well, and they get paid, then they go home. They're not on any free handouts. And see, there's good people, and then there are scumbags. I didn't vote for them. Cindy Lou who says barbaric, senseless ways. Yeah, totally. But he had a reason, Cindy. Cindy Lou, he had a reason. The mother said he had a reason. So if you have a reason, you can just walk into a place and massacre because you have a reason? Hell no. Hell no. Vinny says he went through a side door. There you go, propped open by a staff member. They had just had awards assembly for the children. Imagine that. Imagine that. And these are kids. No way to defend themselves. And a universal, these animals from getting a gun. These rabid mongrels, you can't allow them. But how do you stop them when every street corner has guns? Go to these cities. There's guns everywhere. I'm a Second Amendment person. Absolutely. I want to be able to protect myself and my family. D&T. I don't want to work anymore. Someone support me. That's the attitude too, right, DT? D&T. Right? I don't want to work anymore. I just want to sit around and get high all day. I want to buy an ounce of dope and smoke it all up this afternoon. And while you're at it, will you go out and get me some ding dongs and some chocolate chip cookies? Because I'm really too fat and lazy, and I'm really too stoned right now. And I don't want to work. I just want to be high all the time. The real mistake is going to be when they legalize pot. You're going to see people just leave the workforce or get high while they're on the job, because they got those things now. The vapors, the vape things, you can buy them and you can insert pot in them, and they pretty much extract the smell, although I can still smell it, but it does filter a lot of the smell. So there's people, I see them all the time walking around getting high. The society is definitely circling the drain. Solutions, I don't have one. Rodney Buchanan, good evening, Mr. Jeff. The elderly and the vets can't even get. That's right, they can't. They've completely disregarded the elderly and the vets. They don't want to hear it. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for your support. What are you going to give me? You got a check? You got 20 on you? You got some loose change? That's how they think about vets. It's just, it's just sad. But I guess every dynasty has to fall. And when this one falls, there's nowhere to run. For the good people of this nation, there is nowhere to go. You'll become most likely socialists, and from there you're one step away from the big C. And then it's all your crying isn't going to matter anymore. It's going to matter once you go socialist. It's going to matter. You can cry all you want. Get rid of your cars. Get rid of your motorcycles. Get rid of your toys. Get rid of your laptops and all that. You won't be able to have them. Forget about free speech. You can kiss that goodbye. So all you TikTokers out there, your days are numbered. Yeah, but you don't think about that because you want multicolored hair. I don't know, John, what they drove. I didn't stick around long. I was just madder than hell. $20 a month in EBT. Yeah, I've known some people that's all they got was $20. I can tell you this: that card they swiped through there paid for those two shopping carts filled with food. Paid for it. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, son of a bitch. I can't fathom that. Heather Q, they would think twice if they knew the staff at the school was packing too. I agree with what you're saying to a point, but when somebody's hell-bent on killing, sometimes they don't care because they're going in with the intent of being killed too. So they just want to take out as many people as they can take out before they're killed. And that's scary stuff. You got to be careful where you go now. You know, I never go outside of a building or a store without stopping first and scanning the entire parking lot. Miss Murray thinks I'm crazy, but I scan everybody I see, and I look for things that don't look right. And it's just a habit of mine I lived in New York, and I've been in some pretty bad places. And I just know that you've got to look. You got to look for feet under the cars. You got to watch. You got to look under the cars. Make sure nobody's ducking under the car. You may think it's paranoid, but I'm protecting my life and my wife's life and maybe people around me. Because if I see something I don't like, it'll be taken care of. I don't want to see any innocent person get hurt because some wacko job got too much ice in his Coca-Cola at Chick-fil-A or something. And it happens. You got a lot of whack jobs out there. The solution is to put guns in the hands of good people. Yeah, you got to not make it hard for good people to have weaponry. Although I'm not for all-out shooting and going on a spree because you never know. You don't know what's going through people's minds. I'm gonna open the windows and I'll get some fresh air. I can't. If you agree with me, okay. If you disagree with me, say why. I'm listening. I'm all ears. I think most of you people are right on the same page. You don't want to see your family get shot up. You don't want to see your children get shot up because some whack job had a bad day or he had a reason. Lake, how are you? Lake of Kins and the peeps. Ohio Now says worked 54 years and everything I have I earned. Don't hurt me. No, I agree with you. I worked 40 plus years in Ohio. And I appreciate everything I have. I don't spend money frivolously. I don't. I'm always looking for a bargain. But a lot of these jokers that get the free checks when they're handing out free money, they go out. What do? They get a TV. Wow, that was smart. That was intelligent. That was a good, smart move. Don't pay your rent. Get a TV. Get some new Nikes. Get your toes did and your hair did. You know, don't pay your bills. Don't pay your electric. No, 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 no. No, no. It's more important to look good than to pay your bills. Right? I'll change my position here a little bit. Because you've been looking at that. Because there's nobody in the parking lot. Take the electric brake off. There's fantasy golf. I really recommend you come here. You want to have fun, really inexpensive, very affordable. Kids will love it. Great photo ops. They got some big dinosaurs in there. Big dinosaurs. You'll love it. Vinny says, after the guy shot his grandmother, he took her truck, wrecked it near the school, left the other AR-15 in the truck, and more ammunition in there. What does he do with an AR-15? You don't look. And first of all, an AR-15 is not an assault rifle. Okay, you need to do your homework. It's not an assault rifle. It's a semi-automatic rifle, usually a 23 caliber, and it's not. Um, I mean, yeah, it'll kill people without a doubt, but you don't need one. You're not going to go hunting with an AR-15. You're not even going to knock a guy down with an AR-15. It's a small you'd have to unload the whole clip to knock somebody down. Why you need one of those, I don't know. You want the job done right, shotgun, double odd buck. There it is. Five shot Browning, double odd buck. It'll blow the door off the hinges and the guy behind it. Done. Case closed. All right. Like Kins, I smoked it for years and never missed any work. Yeah, I understand. I understand. But there are some people today like that. That's all they want to do. There's no ambition. There's no drive. There's no competition in their own mind. What am I going to do to better myself? And that, to me, is a crime. You should always want to do better. You would think you always want to make sure your family does better and that your kids have what they want, or you strive for a better you. And the only way you do that is through working and having an ethic about life itself to better yourself. And if you don't do that, you're taking up space. If you're not contributing to everything around here or where you live, then you're basically a barnacle. Oh, I don't know, Natalie. How much pot is laced with fentanyl? I don't know. I didn't know it was. I'm sure it is. Right? Let me see. Let me see if this. Let me go over here. I hope the signal doesn't go away. Let me see. Try to get a picture of this for you. Okay? Back it up. Hope I don't hit anything. No, there you go. Now, I don't know if you can see in the window. Can you? I don't know. Maybe I can bring it in a little. There you go. Right there. Look in the windows. That's not a philodendron growing in the windows. That's pot. And soon, if everything goes the way they're trying to make it go, it's going to be completely filled with THC. And you're going to see lines out the door. People just getting high all the time. There's a time and a place. I don't care if you smoke pot. I really don't. But there's a time and a place. And if you're at a workplace, probably not a good idea you get high all the time, especially working around machinery. You know. Try to catch up with you guys here. Heather Q is true. Crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy world. Tim Holm, thanks for being with me tonight. Lake says it's extremely hard to stop someone willing, even wanting to die. Yeah, it is, because they're hell bent. They're not in their right minds. They're possessed, and I truly believe there's some sort of possession that goes on with these people. Whether it's a psychosis in their brain or whatever, they're not thinking clearly, so they're not thinking of consequences at all. No consequences. Remember, the guy had a reason to kill 19 children. He had a reason. Maybe his pancake had a lump in it when he went to a Waffle House or something. That's a reason. DJI, let's go back to the Wild West. We are here, Nathan. We're already here. I see so many people open carrying all over. I mean, walking around with some big ass guns. Now, I wouldn't want to mess with those guys. I know that. I know that. I mean, he's got the gun. Natalie, you feeling lucky, punk? Lake saying, doing good, Jeff, living the dream at work. Yeah. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't like saying people certainly have their priorities screwed up these. Yeah, I don't know where it went wrong. I can't put my finger on it and say that's the reason everything is the way it is today. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but something happened, and it didn't just happen. This has been going on. This has been a slow cancer that's been eating away at our society for 25, 30 years, maybe more, maybe more. I think it's when the Beatles came. That's it. When the Beatles came to America, the world went down the drain. Yeah, the Q, remember when the American dream, work hard to get what you had? Long gone. Yeah, nobody wants to work. They just want to give it to them. Yeah. Toby Dufresne, David killed Goliath with a stone. Guns don't kill people. People, yeah, well, it's true. The gun has no conscience. Doesn't care. It doesn't think. It doesn't feel. It's just there. It's the person who's holding it that decides to do something good or something bad with it. And that's scary. Rodney Buchanan says it's kind of funny how an 18-year-old kid can have them two guns as expensive as it costs. Yeah, with all the ammo. As high as $70,000. Truck kind of sounds suspicious. Yeah, I'm sure there's something that we're not getting all the information, the truth. Natalie says so true. Heather Q, most people expect to be. Yeah, everyone wants something for free. I deserve it. I'm entitled. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not entitled for anything. 5.56 rounds. Like, yeah, shotgun works wonders, wonders. And if you close the choke on it, it might not blow the door off the hinges, but it'll blow a nasty hole through the door and probably take the guy's head off, you know. And there's nothing more sobering than that sound of a shotgun being loaded. Nothing more sobering. Oh, now to the culture crew, raising our kids, step up. Yeah. Well, you got to remember, a lot of these parents are true leftists, and they don't believe in raising their children. They believe that the government should raise their children. And that's why so many of the kids are so snotty and arrogant and disrespectful to people. I don't tolerate that. I that just doesn't happen in my world. But I see it all the time. Parents don't discipline their children. They're afraid of hurting Muffy and Buffy's feelings. You know, that's probably what Muffy and Buffy need is a good ass kicking, a good swat on the butt, and you take away their toys. You know, their heads are too busy being buried in those damn phones and their laptops and their tablets and all that, and they have no respect for the people around them, and it's all showing. It's starting to rise its head up, its ugly head. The bile of our past is coming up. DJ Hyde, what? Mr. Crispy, yep, they're both closed now. They are both closed. Natalie, I'm talking about legal sales of pot. I know. I don't know. Excuse me. Here, it's not legal yet. I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past any of them that they'll start lacing this stuff, and that causes its own psychosis alone. I mean, it's been proven. If you smoke too much pot, it definitely screws up your brain. It rewires things. I don't care if you're an occasional user, occasional drinker. I don't really care. But when you start to change, now I'm caring because I don't know what's changing you and what you're changing into. At the queue, yeah, parents want to complain what they're learning in school, but they give their kids a cell phone, the getaway to all things. Yeah. Well, it shuts them up, right? I definitely think the rapid part of the downfall of our society has to do with social media. I believe that really is expediting the final nail in the coffin because now, I mean, anything you want, anything you want to see, anything you want to be part of, you can, and it's in your hand. You can be anywhere in the world via your phone, be part of anything, good or bad, and that's dangerous. Like, go buy me some CBD. What would you like? There it is, the hemp dispensary. There you see it. There you see it. All right. I don't want to give this guy any more free advertising. Not at all. Let's give the dinosaurs some free advertising. Fantasy golf. Absolutely the best place you could ever go to play miniature golf, you and your family. Guaranteed. Fantasy golf. Then he says it came out of this guy was arrested back in 2018 because he stated that he was going to shoot up an elementary school when he was 18. That I did not hear. And he was probably a minor when he did that, right? Oh, John, I see people getting high in the car all the time. And I pointed out to Miss Marie now she knows what to look for. Well, a car will get in front of us. I go, what do you smell? And what do you smell? Pot. They're driving down the road. Josh, eat Stacy in the room. Hey, Josh, how you doing? I did wait for you the other day, by the way, till 4 o'clock. You were a no-show. I expect that from you, Toby says, I've been smoking weed for over 30 years, never been arrested, never hurt any other person, and work my damn butt off every day. And that, I tip my hat to you. That's your decision. You're an adult. And probably one of the rarer ones, too, Toby. Because a lot of them, I'm speaking the truth here. A lot of people, they get so high they can't even get off the couch. And if they could, they wouldn't anyway, because they're too high. Like a kid, when you all usually goats on the roof. Usually, I drop Miss Marie off just before 3 o'clock, so we try to get there between 2:30 and 3. And then I go about my day. I don't hang out there long unless Ross needs to talk to me about business. And, then I take care of business and then I hit the road. But you're welcome to come up there and say hello. A lot of people do. A lot of people. And I thank you guys for that. I want to say special hello to Jim and Jean Ryan. Jim and Jean Ryan, how are you? Met them the other day in Kroger. And the guy was shy. He says, are you Jeff? Yes, I am. How are you? And really nice people. They've been watching us a long, long time. And so Jim and Jean Ryan. Good. And I believe they're from Ohio. And we'll say hello to them. Natalie says we're entitled to our freedom and what to do with it. It's our choice. Choose wisely. I agree. You could be giving it up real well. You're starting to give it up now. Look what happened. 15 months ago? You dumbasses that voted for this idiot. You gave up a lot of freedom. Look what's going on, and it's not done yet. I'm telling you, this is not done. We haven't hit the bottom yet. We haven't hit the dregs yet. More to come. Alan Miller, hey, are there going to be a parade in Pigeon Forge on July 4th? There usually is. Count on it. Pretty sure there's one in Gatlinburg. DJ, come and get your pretend high. Yeah, because it's a very low THC. What is it, Nathan? I think it's like 3%, right? Which is nothing. Oh, somebody's getting high right now. I can smell it. Oh, wow. See, now Miss Marie was in the car. She goes, I think I'm addicted. I think I'm high. And then she goes, I think I'm high. I go, do you want some cookies? She says, yeah, I do. I says, you're stoned. I said, that's it. You're a drug addict now. Now she'll stand on the corner. We'll work for CBD. CBD and rice. John Esper says, I was brought up, if you want something, go out and work for it. That's what my dad said. All the time. All the time. And at first, you get hurt because all your friends are getting what they want. I may have mentioned this when I was just got into high school. I was 16. And I hadn't got my first car yet. I was working on it. And I was friends with this guy, Ray something. I won't say his last name. I do remember his last name. It's weird that I remember his last name. And his father bought him this is going back now. Okay? High school would have been in the 60s, early 60s. He bought him a year-old Mercedes 180. I think it was the 180. The one with the gull wing doors. Red leather interior, bright pearl white. And that's what he got for his birthday. And I was so jealous. Because here it is, I'm working at 16. I was working at the Walt Whitman Mall. Wasn't old enough to work, but I looked older. I had a mustache and long hair. I mean, I just looked more mature. And I talked my way into getting a job. And I worked at this little kiosk in the middle of the mall. and it was jewelry that you would make people's names out of. It's like it was faux gold, and then the letters were white, looked like baby letters. Best I can tell you, little square baby, like little baby dice, and you'd make names. And I worked after school. I went there, I got a ride with a friend, and I worked there every day. And I finally had saved up from before when I was working at the Deer Park Deli to at this place here, and I saved up enough to get my car. But I was just so jealous that this guy Ray got himself this beautiful Mercedes, and he was the talk of the school. But in the end, he wound up being the biggest a-hole in high school because he was such a spoiled little brat that his true self started to come out, and he was he was into himself. The girls didn't like him. The guys beat him up all the time, type of thing. So it was um, just, it didn't teach me a lesson at that point. It took me years to realize that I had to earn whatever it is I wanted to earn to get what I wanted. There was no free ride. My parents were not rich. My dad worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3 if he had to, but for the most part 2 jobs. And if I wanted something, I had to work for it. And I appreciated that because I would wash and wax my car. I'd wash it every day. I'd wax it maybe a couple of times a week. But I loved my car, even though it was a used car. It was a 1963 Nova SS, Nova Sport SS. And I loved that car. I took such good care of that car. And Ray beat his up. I remember that. He had accidents all the time with it. He'd be racing around and banging into stuff. He was an idiot, getting high all the time and banging into stuff. Joshy says, my kids will not grow up to be a-holes. I refuse to let that happen. I know you won't. I know you guys are good parents. And there are good parents around, but they're becoming far and far and few apart because they're so indoctrinated into this me, and only me attitude. And I see it all the time on YouTube. It's just snotty little kids, arrogant little, um, just kids with no respect. And I can remember if I showed any disrespect, my father would spank me in front of them. My mother would too. My father would say, here, you hit him for a while. My arm is tired. Blake says, I agree, John. There's no line. People waiting to hand me stuff. No. But for some reason, people think there is this line. I don't see it. Not that I get on it. But there's no free anything. There is a string attached to everything that's free. I tried telling you that when they had the stimulus checks. You just go back and look at my live shows. And you see that I said that. There's going to be a price to pay for this. You're going to get your stupid $1,400 and you're going to piss it away like a drunken sailor because it's free money. Found money is ill-gotten money. It doesn't stay in your pocket because you didn't earn it. So you're going to go, hey, let me go out and get a new phone. Hey, let me go get an ounce of weed. Hey, I'm going to get my toes did. You don't realize if you have to work for that, you go, do I really need this? No, I don't. No, I don't. And I told you there'd be a price to pay. And you're paying for it now across the board. So that free money wasn't free, was it? No. Fools. I pay all of DJI's bills. Yeah, Blue Butter. Tic Tac is definitely Chinese. Tic Tac is owned by the communist government. It's part of the CCA. And for those of you that subscribe to it, they're taking your data and they're data mining it and they're using it. They'll use it against you when and if they ever come over here to get us. They're taking your data and your kids' data. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Yeah. Board Game Man, how are you? Thank you for joining us. DP Mart 81 Million votes? Yeah, I know. I know. I said that the very next day. I go, what? What? Don't think it's not going to happen again. Probably will. Alan Miller coming up to Pigeon Forge. I'm staying at Valley Forge Inn. Now, I'm not too really far from the Valley Forge Inn. Just about a quarter mile. It's a nice place to stay. You'll like it. Try to, if you can, try to come up on a Monday or if there's an event and you get a good rate. American Turkey Burger, where you been? I miss you because I miss that name, American Turkey Burger. Hey guys, how are you? Cindy Lou Who says, if me and my brothers ever talk back to our elders or people in general, my dad had the belt waiting. Yeah, I know about that belt. Man, my father could, we'd be driving in the car, he could undo his belt and whip the crap out of all of us in the back seat without ever crossing the line or changing speeds. And he did often. You don't see that anymore. And that's what some kids need. They need a strap, smack across the face. Probably the worst thing you could do is take away their phone. That would make them go crazy. They'd be out buying AR-15s by the crate. I don't tolerate disrespect. And that happened recently to Miss Marie. And I was not happy with that. Like the kids disrespected her. And nothing was said. Mm-mm-mm. Board game man, parents in here would never allow their kids to be a pro now. No, you damn right. I want my kid came home like that. I would absolutely go. But you know what I would do? Especially if they came home looking like a rainbow. You know, I would shave their heads. Absolutely, shave them completely. Give them the what do you call I gotta be careful with that. Just give them a buzz cut. All right. Say now, what are you gonna do? You gonna call? You gonna call child services? I can cut my child's hair. I'm allowed to cut my child's hair. Buzz cut them. They say DP that nobody wanted to work. They didn't have workers. And I would almost agree with that. I can't say that's the story, but that's how it is for this whole town. There's plenty of money to be made here. There isn't any of these places here that are not hiring. All of these places will accept your application and probably give you a job that day. And I know, well, wait a minute. $13 or $15, you can't survive? Really? Really? So then maybe what we need to do is give you lefties, you wackos, $100 an hour, okay? You work 2 hours a day, but you get 8-hour pay. You get off for lunch at 12, come back at 2, and then go home. And then you'd be bitching that you're working those two. Dan, somebody's getting hot. Givers give and takers take. And it's up to givers know when to stop giving. And sometimes they don't. And usually parents with a guilt trip, they're the ones that keep giving to the kids because the kids are making life miserable or they're causing their parents to feel guilty that they weren't there for them. You weren't there for Muffy and Buffy. And you needed to be there for them. So we'll give them a new phone. And we'll buy them a new car. And we'll go get some CBD gummies for them. And all they're doing is destroying their children. Natalie says, also there is a lot of kids living with their their grandparents. It's tough trying to keep up with the young generation. Yeah, and I think I said this the other day. I got a lot of hate mail. Girls, if you don't plan on having a family with a husband, one man, okay? One, one thing this world does not need is a lot of baby daddies, okay? Girls, if you're not serious about having a family and being dedicated to the child or children and to the husband, as long as the two of you can get along, keep your legs closed, all right? Do the right thing. Because I mentioned this before, but I know of a girl that's got 5 baby daddies, 5 children, and each one of them is a different color. And this chick is on welfare and working under the table to get money. And the only reason she's got welfare is to get a paycheck. And this chick has got to be, not that it matters, but she's around 400 pounds. And she's disrespectful. She leaves her children off at her grandparents and goes off with one of the baby daddies all the time to different places to go party. Now, if that's not a candidate for tubal ligation, I don't know what is. I'm waiting for the hate mail to come in. Carla Vision, good night. Thank you. Board game man. Discipline. A lot of soap. I've had a lot of that. Tabasco. Never had that but soap. Wooden spoon. Many broke over my head. Yep. And you still respect them after all of that. You don't hate them. You realize when you reach a certain age that they were doing this because they love you, because they cared for you, not because they were being cruel, because they love you. And that's what the kid is really screaming for when they get way off into the drug world or into alcoholism or out whoring around and stuff. They're begging for your love, not your money, not your toys and your trinkets, but for your love. And a lot of these parents can't give love because their parents didn't give them love. So they're perpetuating the crime of not having a good, secure, solid family unit. And it just follows down the line. And that's sad. As a cue, my mom kept fly swatter hanging around. My mother hit me with a fly swatter often. And that stung. I can tell you, that stung. God rest her soul. Ma, I know you loved me, but did you have to break all those wooden spoons over my head? I did. Maybe she used to go back to Kresge's. They're no longer in business. Kresge's, I think, became Kmart after a while, but Kresge's was a five and dime store. And she'd buy bulk wooden spoons. They're the big wooden spoons you stir tomato sauce with. She'd swat them over my head, and that thing would break, and it would leave a little lump on my head. I'd laugh, though, a lot of times, just to make Mom more mad, but I knew she loved me. I had a good family. My parents were good to me. They were never abusive to me. My father worked hard. My mother was a stay-at-home mom, although she did start working after my sister got married and left the house. She had this itch that she wanted to get back in the working um, arena, because my mother used to design dresses in New York on I think it was Fifth Avenue. She designed dresses. She was very good at it too, and she just wanted to get back out in the workforce and be around people again. She got tired of being home. My father didn't like that much, but I encouraged it. I had my mom work for me on one of my first stores that I bought. Um, I needed somebody. I go, Mom, you want to work? And she goes, what do I have to do? Well, you check out people. You know, they're going to come in and buy clothes or whatever, and you just check them out. It's not hard. And she did. I used to drive her every day. And we drive to work in one of my antique cars. And she loved being in the 38 Chevy because it was a four-door Master Deluxe big car. And she'd sit in the back like a Rockefeller, you know, because it had the suicide doors and stuff, and the bud vases in the car. And she loved it. I mean, she just ate that up. Natalie says the worst thing my parents did make me stay in my room until they decided the punishment. Sometimes it would have preferred, yeah, I would have preferred the belt. I know, I can remember that. Go to your room, shut the door, you're not going to eat, you know. But if my grandmother's around, she'd always slip me a meatball. She'd always bring me something, open the door. Don't tell your mother, she'd say it in Italian. I forget how it went, but don't tell your mother I gave you this, you know. There's my sister, watching President Trump live on our NRA convention. He's great. He sure is. Just remember when Grandma would always sneak me a meatball? When Mom would tell me, "Don't let me catch you eating any of this," and Grandma would hand me a meatball on a fork, you know, and she'd go outside, go outside, go outside, go outside. What is a spät, a spät? Blue, thanks a lot. You're gonna go make your dinner, okay? Thank you. Yeah, Krispy Kreme was always busy, always a line all day. I think they closed what, 10 or 11 or something like that. It was early in the morning. They didn't stay open all the time, but the line would go all the way down the street. Now, how hard is it? How hard is it to put a dozen donuts in a box? I mean, it doesn't. You could have one brain cell that's not functioning well. How hard is it? And still make 13 to 15 bucks an hour, but nobody wants to work. No, they're too busy here at the hemp dispensary. DGI. Thanks for not having. I would shape. I'm a disciplinarian. I'm not a mean person. I'm not a violent man. But there would be no shenanigans going on in the house. I guarantee you. I guarantee you there would be a time limit on phones, tablets, and laptops. Absolutely. And there would be no discussion. Discussions will be brief. You have X amount, an hour or two. You do your homework. After you're done, you have X amount of time on your toys, and then all the toys would be either put into a basket or put in my room or in the bedroom, and you get them in the morning, and that's it. That's it. There's no negotiations here. This is my house. No negotiation. You can cry all you want. Shut the door and cry as loud as you want. Natalie says, "Blue butterfly. If I had not brought back a good stick, my dad would go and get it." Yeah, I bet he'd get it. Oh, yeah, I've been hit with switches before. The first punishment is shaving. Yeah, absolutely. That, and you can't be easy when it comes to discipline. You've got to make your point. It's not like, okay, let's have a family meeting. Let's all gather around, make some popcorn and nachos, and explain why I'm not happy with you kids. Bull, dude, nonsense. Get me the shaver. Okay, come here. You know what I'm saying? So you like looking like a rainbow? Okay, here we go. Now try to look like a rainbow. That'd be it. Case closed. My sister can tell you, right, Susan? Remember when you snapped back or got snotty with Dad? What did he do? How many times did he fly across the table at you? Right, Susan? Man, one day she answered my father back. She was still a teenager. And he lifted that table up, and the dinner went everywhere. You got snotty. You thought you were smart ass. Teenage girl, smart ass. My father straightened her ass out real quick, real quick. And after that, she never did it again. I can tell you, Susan was a good girl, but she was pushing the limits, as most teenage girls do. They think they know everything, and oh my God, oh Muffy. No, you get a smack, or you get put in your room. I'll take your phone because you're not going to call Muffy and Buffy, or I'm going to unplug the wire. There, we're back. I'm sorry. I don't know where I left y'all, but I know Susan knows what I'm talking about. Right, Susan? No, I would never. Oh, God, no, I would never be president. DP says, my dad loved using a bar of soap. Yeah, my mother did that with an ivory bar a couple of times, washing our mouths out. Yeah, I'll never forget that. I'll tell you, what It may take one, maybe two times to get a mouthful of ivory soap, but you won't be using dirty words or inappropriate words in your house. Inappropriate words in your house again. Susan Lover, yeah, Chris got the wooden spoon. So did I. How many times did Mom break them over my head? You didn't get hit. Your dad was really easy on you, except when you snapped at him at that dinner table. I'll never forget that. Man, that snapped me back into reality. Especially, oh my God, especially when you brought that guy home, the guy that wore a corduroy pants, jacket, vest, and hat. Remember this back in the 60s. Oh my God, when I saw him, I knew Dad was going to have a fit. Oh, my sister was funny. No, Susan's the oldest. I was the rebel, without a doubt. I was the black sheep and the rebel, and they had no control over me. I was good. I mean, I did a lot of stupid things, but my parents understood that, I'm just who I am. But it's the way it is. But Susan was their baby, as far as the daughter. Heather Q says, any tips for the way back to Gatlinburg during, let's see, we're back way, Pigeon Forge to Gatlinburg. There's only really two ways. One is too long. You've got to take my shortcuts. You get on 441, which is Parkway ends and then just turns into 441. And when you get up to the bypass, you take the bypass. You'll see a sign right after you pass the visitor center, the Gatlinburg Visitor Center. You bear right, and you take the bypass in. That'll take you in the back way, and you won't have to deal with the traffic. American Turkey, we're sending the kids to your house. They won't like me because I run a tight ship. I mean, I really run a tight ship. I'm not mean, but there are rules and regulations, and they do not bend. No. Barb and Bill, how are you guys? How you doing? Soap in the mouth, more than once, I bet. Oh yeah, I'll never forget that. That lasted for hours, hours. That soap in my mouth. Oh, it was disgusting. We left it Muffy and Buffy. Ringo, that's right. His name was Ringo, Susan. Forget what his real. I think his first name was Don, wasn't it? But everybody called him Ringo. He looked like Ringo from the Beatles. Tall and skinny, big nose. But literally, the first time she brought him around, he was wearing brown corduroy pants, brown corduroy vest, and a brown corduroy big hat, a weird hat. And man, when he walked through the door, it's like, oh boy, this is going to be fun. That was going to be fun. Cherokee, hi everyone. Remember that we have a holiday. It's right. God bless all the veterans living and not living. And our thanks to the ones that are still doing their job. Yeah, that's me, the middle child. Yeah, sneaky and smarter. That's clever. Yep. Because I learned from my sister being yelled at how far I can push things. Dad he was very strict, Susan. He was, and rightfully so, because if he wasn't strict, You'd have to admit, Susan, you know you would have ended up bad. Not that you're a bad person, but there were a lot of influences out there. Remember, that was during the 60s when drugs were at their height and everybody was high. And you just didn't do that stuff. I know you didn't. And he ran a tight ship. Yeah, you didn't talk back to my dad. That just didn't go over. You would know for sure that if you said something wrong, there would be a deafening silence in the room, and you'd hear the belt coming out from the straps, and it was all over. A Lincoln hat, yeah, I guess, yeah, a Lincoln hat. Picture Lincoln's hat, only made out of corduroy. So a big, tall stovepipe hat, but it was the same color of his vest and his pants, and he had brown suede boots, beetle boots on. Yep. That was crazy. You brought home a couple of them. Never forget it. I don't think he did either. Okay, look. Can you see across the street? The kid shoving the golf club down the dinosaur's mouth. Now, if I was the parent, I'd be taking that golf stick and putting it somewhere very uncomfortable in that kid. Somewhere that would make him a bit uncomfortable. That's why they got to replace the teeth on these things, because these jerks, these a-hole kids, why do they got to break shit? Ooh, what do they have to break stuff for? What's the reason? It makes you a man? Makes you bigger downstairs? No, makes you look like an a-hole. But the parents are right there. You think they say anything? No. No. There he goes again, sticking his club in the dinosaur's mouth. There's an idiot. Mom and Dad are right there. He's going to push on the tail now. If he could push it over, he would try. If he'd get away with it, smart-ass kid. Ohio Nana, thank you. I'm going to get off too. I've been on too long. American Turkey Burger. My brother and I were kids. We'd run over a room and throw 10 pairs of underwear when new dad was coming on. Less pain, right? Less pain, yeah. No, we couldn't get away with that. That strap, I'm telling you, that leather strap, it went through anything we wore. It didn't matter. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I hope I feel better, too. Oh, no, you couldn't. That's right, Susan. You couldn't even roll, because you used to roll your eyes. You couldn't even roll your eyes, right? At my, oh, man, that was not good at all. I tried, but couldn't if you rolled your eyes, it was funny, because I'd get away with it. You would. Man, he would be all over you. Dad was very strict with you. But you turned out all right. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been talking for a while. I appreciate you all being here. Just want you to know we're all right. You know, I'm trying to get better. Just want to let you know what's going on. We're out here in front of Fantasy Golf, Smoky Mountain Fantasy Golf, best place to ever come and play any type of putt golf. And don't forget the Goat Coaster, $10 per ride. Please go there. Mention you heard it on Vacation Station TV. And Goats on the Roof. They're the same owners, same people. Check them out. They got over 10,000 t-shirts and hoodies and things that you'll love. I promise you'll love the ride for $10. The best coaster ride in the Smokies is the Goat Coaster. Thank you for joining us today. And of course, I will, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done that. Of course, we'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye, guys.